Hey everyone, it's Ammon Rivera, the creator and host here of BioTech IQ, and I am happy to finally bring you the first in-depth company review that I've been promising for the YouTube channel. And promise there's more coming, some pretty cool things happening. But today's video, I will not take long on this intro here. I want to let you go ahead and jump into the video itself. Hepion Pharmaceuticals, they are developing a broad spectrum liver therapy. They're attacking NASH, hepatitis, cirrhosis, liver failure, and even cancer in the liver, and doing some pretty amazing things. This video is kind of just a snippet of a few of the conversations I had with the CEO, the CFO, their head of clinical development, as well as one of their associate clinical trial managers who actually helped name the company when they decided to rename the organization to Hepion Pharmaceuticals. And she briefly talks a little bit about that in the video. We also get some footage of what they've got going on in their manufacturing facility, which is actually located, or their labs, I should say, which is actually located in Canada. So don't forget to check out the other videos, because this is kind of just like the compact version. So you kind of get an inside look of what's going on, hear about some of what they're talking about. But if you actually go, there's going to be some links here in the description. You'll actually be able to go watch the full interviews. I have full interview with the chief executive officer, the CEO, with and the CFO, as well as the other individuals that I mentioned. And I even got a cool little time-lapse video that I do of what it's like to kind of walk into work, every day. Now, what's interesting is that I did film this way back, at the beginning, kind of towards the end of first quarter of this year. And so in New Jersey, where their office is located, the mask mandates were just recently lifted for those with vaccinations. And, they have a lot of individuals working from home at that time. And so it's, some of the offices are not as full. But anyway, like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to listen to the regular episodes of the podcast as well. And look forward to seeing everybody on the other side. See you later.
We want people here that are here for the why. The why is because we're going to develop a drug that's going to possibly save hundreds of thousands of people's lives.
So I heard a story that there was an internal naming competition.
Just searching on Google, and I found hepar, which meant liver, I believe in Latin. And then Epione was the Greek goddess of healing, I believe. So I just combined the two names together, and I came up with Hepion, and it just like kind of rolls off your tongue really easily and smoothly. And Robert really liked it, so did the rest of the team. So
yeah,
that's how Hepion came to be.
So that's really cool. So when they made the decision, when everyone was like, they not only liked the sound of it, but like the backstory of you putting those two words together. Yeah. So liver and goddess of healing. Right. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Because we have, it's a small group, it's 20 some people, but each one of these people is like, almost like cherry picked, and we have a culture that fits. So we all work extremely well together. And I know it sounds really cliche to say this, but we call it the Hepion family, and it is quite cliche. I'm sure a lot of companies will say that. But we really, really mean it. And to give you an idea of, how long we've been together as family members, I mean, Hepion is a relatively new corporate entity. And so, you've got, like you said, you've got the science, you've got biology, you've got medicine, you've got pharmaceutics, pharmacology, in our case now AI, and then you've got the business aspect, which rolls in not just strategic thinking, like almost like playing at a big huge chessboard, and there's so much data that comes out of this. I mean, literally millions of data points, that the only way to really understand it and get a grasp is using AI. And trust me, if we were to use an Excel spreadsheet, we just wouldn't live long enough to be able to understand what's going on. So.
I've been at Hepion, and I've loved every minute of it. I love working for a smaller biotechnology company, and we're helping people to fight liver disease. So I like working on diseases where people really have no control over what happens. So here we're working on NASH, we're working on HCC, a type of cancer. So yeah, I love it. So it's really taking, what the scientists are doing and what we're seeing preclinically, and then the phase 1 data showing that we're starting to see really good safety for a short amount of time, and just making sure that's clearly communicated to the FDA so we can take Rencofilstat to the next step.
As you see, and you go through the trials, and you go through a phase 1, which is healthy volunteers, and you go through your phase 2A, and you see progress, and you see some, the drugs working, and you go into phase 2B, which we're in now, and that will give us really good results. If we, when we get good results, we'll see that, and then we'll go to phase 3, and then we'll get approved, and it'll be on the market.
R&D is really strictly up in Canada where we have the labs, and so we've got a really nice core group there that does not just the lab work, but also we have artificial intelligence. So our group there is working on modeling and AI and things like that are able to really, I guess the goal is to really understand, first of all, the disease NASH, because I always say, one size doesn't fit all. It's everybody's NASH seems to be slightly different. So maybe we can't treat everybody the same. And that's where the AI comes in, because using an AI, you can predict beforehand who should respond best to a drug. And so if you have, let's say, certain patient characteristics or traits, and you have maybe a certain profile on your genes or your transcripts, like with your RNA, or even a lipid profile or a metabolic profile, then maybe you're better suited to a certain type of drug.
I know that Rencofilstat is going to make a huge difference for patients with liver disease. Our scientists have just studied it in so many different animal models, and when we first put this drug in patients who have NASH, we're starting to see activity in a short amount of time. So now we're going to take the drug and study it a longer amount of time, and hopefully we'll just see that benefit grow. So whether it's for patients for NASH or patients with HCC, I think it's going to make a difference.
You make decisions very quickly. You can coordinate with other companies, right, to get collaborations and things like that. And so it's a lot of fun. But the best reward is when you're all done and you have a drug that's approved. You're knowing that you're saving lives.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun here. We have don't take ourselves too seriously, because we want to be low level. We want to be able to respond quickly and not think high and mighty. But we get the job done. And there's 3 things you have to be able to do to work here. You have to work hard, right? You have to be able to work well together with people, and you have to have fun.